Distinguished members of the board, thank you for this opportunity to talk with you today. I'm a theologically conservative Christian and a politically conservative voter. I'm executive director of the Hill Country Institute, a Christian nonprofit, a partner with the Evangelical Environmental Network, and a volunteer with the Citizens Climate Lobby. I'm here to ask you to ensure our students are well prepared for their future by clearly articulating the science of climate change in the classrooms of Texas, as it is understood and taught by the science faculty in our universities such as Texas A&M, Baylor, and Texas Tech, as well as other Christian colleges such as Wheaton and conservative schools such as Hillsdale. As it is addressed by major companies in Texas such as ExxonMobil, Shell, and Halliburton, and by the U.S. military. In my research, I could not find a single college or university science department which does not accept and teach the science of climate change as detailed in peer-reviewed journals such as Science and Nature. I'll start with the Bible for insight into caring for the environment and learning from science. Consider the creation narrative in Genesis. Humans are created in the image of God and given the call of caring for God's good creation. Billy Graham said, "Why should we be concerned about the environment? It isn't just because of the dangers we face from pollution, climate change, or other environmental problems, although these are serious. We are only stewards or trustees of God's creation, and we aren't to abuse it or neglect it. We end up not caring about the problems we're creating for future generations." Conservatives have a long history of caring for the environment. Ronald Reagan said, "States and the federal government have a duty to protect our natural resources from the damaging effects of pollution." Christian leaders from many traditions in the faith accept the science as taught and acted on, including Billy Graham and Pope Francis. In your handout, there are quotes from ExxonMobil, Shell, and Halliburton, all dealing with the issue of climate change. Shell supports the most ambitious goal of the Paris Agreement, which is to limit the rise in global average temperatures to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Paul Austin, Secretary of Defense, said climate change is an existential threat to our nation's security, and the Department of Defense must act swiftly and boldly to take on this damage that's happening. This study of the impact dates back to 1856. Eunice Foote, who was mentioned earlier, the science has been verified, the conclusions are real. I welcome interaction with you. If you'd like to follow up in personal discussions on faith and creation care, including climate change, I will be delighted to visit with you in person, prepare our students for the future.